Hey, everybody out there. Welcome to another episode of the Warmup, the show where we talk about sports, current events, and black culture. I am Shaq Diesel. We have today in the building Kev RL as usual. And I'll let you introduce yourself.
Hey, Rayman, Chris.
Rayman Jr.
Introduce himself.
Cause man, that's how he is. He petty. Those Floridians.
Hey man, just say what's up to the people, Kev.
What's up? I get ready for a show tonight.
So let's kick it off. The NBA season begins, the 22nd season. A lot of storylines, so let's get into it. Do we think the Lakers are the favorite to repeat? What do y'all think?
Man?
Oh yeah, definitely. They've actually gotten better. They dumped off JaVale McGee. They dumped off Dwight Howard.
These terms.
Hey yo, what are we talking about?
I mean,
they dumped off Rondo. They've improved.
Whoa.
But let him speak. Let him speak. Obviously, he's using the term just I don't know, just
really loosely
right now. Very loosely.
Okay.
Exactly.
It's okay. They opted to not re-sign these individuals, and in doing so, they opened up and they acquired Marcus Gasol. They have also acquired Montrezl Harrell from across the street. Just told him to move his bags across to the other side of the locker room space. Joined the varsity team. And so yeah, man, they said got Caruso. Who was the other point guard they picked up? Schroeder, Dennis Schroeder. So they still got LeBron, AD. They kept their core intact. They could go ahead and trade Kuzma real quick, get him some, get some Frito-Lays or something, man, and then they're gonna be good to go, man.
I don't think
so you think this is a better team?
Yeah,
this season?
No doubt.
Okay,
60 wins, 70 wins.
I think they can get Kuzma involved early in the season to get his confidence up and work him into the offense proper. Yeah.
Work him into the offense is what they need to do. Yeah. Just him being there and like trying to find his own. I don't appreciate that for him. I don't think with AD and LeBron there, he's not going to get that many opportunities if that's the way they're going to do it. And he'll still be getting some. So, but I'm going to agree with you, Rayman, on paper. I won't say they get better yet because those pieces that were played well together. And while I feel as though they made some really good moves, I want to see how all these pieces play together. I expect them to be great though. Marc Gasol is one person I'm very excited to see at the center position. With LeBron and his passing ability tied and coupled with Marc Gasol and his passing ability, they're already making a lot of shots off assists. I expect that number to go up, which just makes for a better team overall. So yeah, favorite to repeat for sure.
And a skilled big man to complement AD, that's always a blessing too.
That way, and you know what? Davidson gonna have to play with in the big. He doesn't have to guard Nikola Jokic anymore. He don't have to do any of that banging. LeBron has a pick and pop player that's besides AD. That's actually consistent at running the pick and roll effectively, not to put down Anthony Davis, but Marcus Gasol is kind of like that's kind of his thing now. So I don't know, man. Like it's to me like. I understand what you're saying. You gotta wait for everything to gel, and you want to see all the chemistry. Guess who's good at doing that? The best player in the NBA, LeBron James. He does it every year. First 20 games, all he's doing is just mapping out where you should be.
Keeping it.
After that,
hey, but I mean, if you're gonna give him that credit, you got to give him the criticism too because he failed to get Kuzma engaged.
Hey man, Kuzma failed to get himself engaged. He started bleaching his hair blonde. You know what I'm saying? He wants to put designs.
He's back at it again.
Y'all over here.
Michael Porter over here.
Listening to the rapidy rap. Y'all out here sounding old, bro.
He having fun with it, man. The dude young still, so he just doing what he do, and he's going through the motions. Not the motions. I don't want to say that, but he's going through what. His path, whatever he got to go through.
So are y'all seeing repeats?
I'm saying repeat.
I am saying repeat. Yeah, definitely
making
it to the finals.
Favorite.
Definitely going to the finals again. I don't know who's gonna stop them. I don't know. Maybe Brooklyn.
Someone's saying that Schroeder's an upgrade from Rondo. I know. You and I, Shaq, we kind of stuck for a little bit when Chris said he dumped off Rondo because he definitely stepped up, but. is it an upgrade at the point guard position, obtaining Schroeder?
I definitely feel like the dump was a slight. I want to use that term with Rondo, especially with how he showed himself in the playoffs. I feel like if you're talking about playoff basketball, I probably would rather have Rondo, but for being a younger player, I feel like he can weather the regular season and give you some playoff production.
True.
I say dump off very loosely, guys. Let's not make this a.
I'm just asking you.
He was giving you a chance to clarify, Chris.
Yeah, exactly. I'm making a point of what was said. Just to lay the foundation. So.
Okay. I do think Schroeder's a better point guard though. When it comes to only because of his age, he's younger. Mm-hmm. He's a little bit more athletic than Rondo. He's not a bad player. He's a very serviceable player.
Yeah.
We just know Rondo is a different person in the playoffs. But let's give.
He has that extra gear to cook it in. He has a lot of playoff experience. So.
Exactly. Yeah. But let's give him a chance. I'll keep an open mind for him, man. Open your mind, guys.
And now, I mean, he's on a team. He's on a team that has people with playoff experience. So that can probably just help him get there.
To be honest, this is the best team he's been on. So
100%. Yep.
I've always liked him. So he's another person I'm excited to see. I've always liked his energy.
Yeah, he's a great player, not a dirty player. It's a lot of things to like about him.
He said he played defense.
Yeah.
He's
engaged. He's engaged at all times on the court. Yeah.
That's for sure.
Let me change that question. So you saying he don't be tricking us into thinking he played defense? Okay.
That's a fair statement.
Okay.
Giannis now is officially the highest paid contract. He's getting $228 million over 5 years. Y'all think he's gonna live up to the contract? Do you think it was the best decision for him to stay with the Bucks? Go kick it off, Kev, this time.
The best, I think time will tell. I mean, he had his reasons for staying there. I don't know if it was the best decision, but I do think he will live up to his contract. Given the trend he's been on and the improvements he's made over the past 3-4 years, I expect him to continue on that trend and just continue to get better and break down that wall of Giannis that they stopped him with last time. Mm-hmm. And maybe the coach could help with that too as well. So I expect him to live up to his contract. But I also want to ask you guys, like, what does living up to his contract look like? Because
I was gonna
got the MVP.
I was gonna ask that too, because he got the MVP, but is him not finding a way to get deeper in the playoffs, not living up to the contract? What are your thoughts on that, right, man?
So this is the thing. Y'all know me. I'm really big on progression. I'm really big on taking that next step. I don't even care about the results with respects to like playoff, how far you go in the playoffs, but if I see you learning and getting better, getting so good at one thing that the other things maybe not matter so much, or rounding out your game as a whole to where now they can't really throw the wall of Giannis at you anymore. They have to just throw a whole triple team just to get the ball out your hands because they know that you're a threat all over the floor. Then I'm okay with that. I don't look at living up to his contract as how far do you get in the playoffs. I think you have to make the playoffs. You can't regress. If you're regressing, then that to me feel like you're failing to live up to said contract. He's 24 years old. He's still with the team that brought him in. He's only be getting better for the most part, just generally speaking, year over year, with the exception of like kind of how I looked at his progression between the last 2 seasons. But he has the tenacity. He has the attitude that you want out of the star player. I think that he's going to be good there in Milwaukee. I'm glad he stayed. Again, there's some things, man. There's some things that you can't buy with money, and I think some of that is loyalty of a fan base. Like, they cheered for you when you was 19 years old. So, I think it's good. I think it's.
What do you guys think What do you guys think his game might be missing to overcome? Or is it his game and maybe just, some other pieces to help him overcome that? You think he needs a jumper? What do y'all think is that?
He does need a better jumper, but
yeah, I think that could be improved for sure.
So that
hasn't been a Achilles heel for him though. That hasn't been like a big problem, but it could definitely be improved.
But you can tell if he's not hitting the shot, he's a little bit more hesitant to follow up with like the next shot. Like he knows his game is around the basket, and it's a little bit more comfortable for him. I do think that improving your shot is one thing. Improving your teammates to knock down those shots when you suck in your defense is also another thing. He can't control that, but putting them in position to be successful is another thing. Shaping the culture of the team. So, again, if your mindset is contagious, if you're the last person in, first person in the building, last person out the building for practice, that kind of sets the tone. Similar to Jimmy Butler. There's things he can do, and I think those are kind of like leadership tangibles that you can pick on.
It sounds like that.
So do you guys think the Bucks was the best place for him ultimately?
Yeah, why not?
I'm not mad at it. I don't know if it was the best place. I wouldn't know where he would have gone otherwise. But
yeah, me neither. I'm not mad at it. I don't know if it's the best. Yeah, you got to give up a lot to get that. So I'm not mad at it at all. I don't know if it's the best either, just like you said. But we'll see. I'm excited to see if they can progress, if they can get further, if they can figure it out.
But this is the thing. Just real quick. If he went to another team, let's say he went to Miami. We know whose team that is. That's Jimmy Butler's team. Now, he may want to share some of the spotlight, but at the end of the day, it's Jimmy. At the end of the day, it's really Pat Riley's team.
If Giannis goes there,
if Giannis comes there, I don't know if it was.
Especially if you look at the way Jimmy Butler plays and how he was like, he was a leader, but he was deferring a lot and just empowering his teammates. You have the young star Tyler Hero bubbling. So I think he would have empowered Giannis.
Exactly. He would have empowered Giannis. Yep. Giannis wouldn't be empowering Jimmy.
No, but that doesn't mean he wouldn't be leader.
It doesn't mean that he won't be the guy. I just feel like Jimmy's just not that guy that needs empowering. Like
students become teachers, man. So yes, he will be empowered by Jimmy, like you said, but he'll be the man. He'll be the man.
I guess, man. I don't see
Giannis is Giannis, bro.
I'm not saying like he's still gonna play. He's still gonna give you Giannis like behavior with respect to his play. I don't think he's gonna back down in that sense. But
not back down. But whose team was it with Rockets when it was Harden? Let's not touch on that guy. But Harden and CP3. Like whose team was it when it was those two guys? It was still Harden's team, but CP3 was still the general though. Like you would expect for him to be in control of the game.
And you saw what happened when that general went down. So
I understand. But we also
Jimmy would be the general. And I
disagree.
I agree.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with you disagree.
Team.
I'm okay with you disagree with that.
Yeah.
So,
I know the stats, I know the ball movement, and everything will be differently.
Speaking on disagreements, that's a good segue. Let's talk about these Brooklyn Nets. Are we ready for their season with Steve Nash? What do y'all think about KD and Kyrie? What are y'all thinking? What's the expectations? Y'all think they're making it to the playoffs? Let's get into it.
All you gotta do is win 44 games and you make it to the playoffs. So yeah, they can win 44 games. They can win 44 games, make it to the playoffs. It's not hard.
I think they can make it to the playoffs.
That doesn't mean.
Yeah, I think they're gonna advance into the playoffs.
I mean, it's the East.
This guy.
But still,
don't satisfy that.
Yeah, I won't. I'm not satisfied with that.
Last year, you was over here, Celtics go. This team, that team. But we just finished talking about how the Bucks could look. If they might make it to the championship. You got the 76ers. You still got a lot of teams out there. Actually,
Miami came up from nowhere.
Yeah.
Not from nowhere, but they came up from the 5th seed to win the East.
I think it's different now, though. It's different now, though. People know that Miami's a threat. They're gonna treat them like a threat. So they're gonna bring their A game. I'm not saying they did in the playoffs, but I'm saying like.
I think a lot of those teams that they might end up facing might have a little chip on their shoulder, especially when they kind of play the Heat. So I could see that point. They'll be studying them a little bit harder.
Yep.
a lot of them guys though, those guys we expected to do better, like the Sixers and Bucks. So it's like they also have a chip to some degree. Like I expected them to go further in the playoffs. They didn't perform like we expected them to. They were disappointing.
Yeah,
they were.
And then I feel like Kyrie and KD got a lot to prove. Whew. A lot. Especially the comments made about LeBron
Go ahead.
being that guy to shoot. I mean, talking about needing more pieces, like just a lot. If you just put all that together, it's a lot expected of them right now. There's been a lot of talk over the last few years about what they might do, what they could do if somebody was healthy, if they had more pieces. Now they got stars aligned for them, so it's time to go out, show out, and play basketball. So I'm looking forward to it. I think they'll advance. KD's the man. Kyrie's out here being Kyrie. Kyrie's always gonna be Kyrie. I'm ready to see what Steve Nash could do at the helm. Let's get into it, man.
It's exciting, man. Like every time you lay it out like that, anytime I read about it and I see that, I'm excited. As a basketball fan, I'm excited. I like Steve Nash, the way he ran the Suns and the way he just dishes the ball. I just like the way he assists in general. And I expect him to bring that type of play to the Brooklyn Nets, and yeah, let's see what Kyrie and KD can do together, man. Those guys individually we know are great. Is now can they make it mesh?
So this is my issue with this team. We have a rookie coach in Steve Nash, who's a really good point guard in his heyday.
But fair point, rookie coach.
Yeah, rookie coach. So we don't know what to expect from that standpoint.
With no coaching experience too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then you have Kevin Durant, who's, by the way, preseason he looks good. Like my biggest question about him was how was he going to be able to move, and he looked fine. Now he only played 15 minutes or so. Like he's not playing the whole game, and I get.
So, I don't want to interrupt, but you just took good and downgraded it to fine. So which one is it?
What I'm saying, he looks good in the sample size that he was out there. Like my concern was his ability to
move.
Basically, that quick, fast switchy movement. Quick first step, grabbing the ball and stepping towards the basket. With the intention of driving and dunking on somebody, like those things, which are related to your calf or your heel and things like that. I was kind of curious to see how he was going to be. It could have been that he, like, best possible outcome was that nothing's changed. He still has the same ability to move like that. Worst case scenario, dude can't move. He's a spot up shooter. Like he's been downgraded to a spot up shooter, like a Dirk Nowitzki, kind of a little bit slower, kind of how we see DeMarcus Cousins in some of the preseason games and stuff like that. So, but no, he's been looking good. I would give him credit. But yeah, like we got two people who need the ball in their hands. There's not enough ball to shoot.
I don't think KD needs the ball.
Yeah, needs the ball. Yeah,
I don't think so.
You saw him play with the team. Yeah, that the ball don't stick. Anyway,
it's moving.
So, it's like,
so many targets.
Yeah,
I feel like once you give him the ball, he can definitely do something with it. But I don't think he needs the ball at all.
Okay. No. So when he doesn't have the ball in his hand, he's doing other things. Is what you're trying to say? Is what you guys getting at?
What you mean? What other things? He's getting open. He's getting himself available to receive the ball.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's not already setting picks and stuff. If that's what you're asking.
So that's why I'm.
I think that's what he was talking about in terms of being like a pick and roll or doing his off ball movement. I don't think so. I think he kind of just like he's just an option on the court and he can make a play. Like he can play ISO. Yeah. I don't think he's necessarily running around doing screens or running through screens to get open. I don't think he's doing that much. But I think he's an option on the floor. If you see him open, if there's an opportunity where you can find him open, or even if you just find him up high on the block, he can knock down a tough shot.
Yeah. So when I say that he needs the ball, or can he does he really need to have the ball in his hand to be effective? All those things you were saying, Shaq. I don't know why I call you Shaq. I don't know why you name yourself Shaq Diesel. That's just.
You was over here with the rain. Can't stop the rain, and I was like, I'm gonna do the Shaq Diesel.
Wow, Rain Man, Sean Kemp.
I saw that, but I'm saying I played on that Because the way you spell rain.
That's how he spelled his name. Rain Man was his nickname.
I seen what I seen.
Okay, so you saying that you like his music? That's what
you're saying. Man, you can't stop the rain.
So you saying Shaq is your favorite rapper?
Basketball player that raps, yeah.
You said he better than Kobe.
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh okay. Yeah, come on, man.
But is he better than Dame? Hey man, you know what?
It's Shaq, two different eras, man. Let's keep it moving. Yeah,
Shaq has some, hey yo, shout out to Shaq. Hey yo, I like Shaq albums, by the way.
That's what I'm saying. It's two different eras.
He has some hot bars. But anyways, I digressed. I got off of that tangent, man. The name just.
But the thing for what we were talking about, when you tell me need the ball, I'm thinking about like how Harden needs the ball. But he'll be okay not holding the ball, bringing the ball up, doing all this with the ball. But when he gets the ball, he can execute a play for himself.
But we saw it. We had evidence of it. It's not like we're speaking from speculation. Yeah. Like, did you not notice that, or you didn't feel like he was ball dominant on the Warriors?
He's not Westbrook. He's not one of those guys. Dominant. He's not. Well, that's when you say like need the ball.
He was effective. He was very effective on the Warriors. He was MVP on the Warriors.
Being not ball dominant. Yeah.
Not ball dominant. So how does that not squash the whole argument of whether or not?
So when I say ball dominant is, and I'll take the Warriors for example. Klay Thompson doesn't need the ball in his hands to be effective. He's a good two-way player. He can just lock down a player on defense and impact the game in that way. Offense, he doesn't have to even dribble the ball. He just catch and shoot. Like that's how he can.
I don't expect that from KD really.
I understand, and honestly, we may have never seen it outside of the Warriors, but even then, it was kind of a very special situation where, there were times they just told him, "Hey man, here's the ball, go do something with it," and they just tell him to go do whatever. Yeah. But then there's also other players who are able to impact the game without needing the ball in their hands.
He did that on defense.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely a defense. He's definitely can play defense, and to me, he's just not. He doesn't need that kind of space. He's not a space player like that. He kind of reminds me of Aldridge, where he could just play in the post. He can do different things. He can do jab, stab, and creative. Like he doesn't. Like Klay Thompson does what he does because that's his sweet spot. He needs to do that. Ray Allen in his twilight. Like there's players who need to, Curry, you need to run around on the court and get the ball and get a little bit of space and do something. KD don't got to do that. If you look at his height, you look at his skill.
KD and Kyrie. Yeah, they're both ballers. That's why it's so exciting. They're both just like ballers. They can do whatever, anything. Yeah. Ask them to do it, they'll do it. They can do it. They're just basketball players. They were born for this, man. They guys are more players.
That really opens up their role players to be spot up shooters and doing those kind of things that you're talking about.
I feel you. Okay. Yeah. We'll see. I feel like there's only one ball, and then there's gonna be some people who's gonna feel a certain kind of way.
It's always one ball.
Yeah, but there's always one ball.
There's always one ball on a team. There's always one ball, and there are always multiple players on that team that are playing well. It can't be one player playing well, as none of those teams won't make it.
And you know why everyone's playing well? Is because they're playing into their role.
Yeah,
these guys will play into their role.
And the role
they have positions.
The role ain't always scoring. The role may be facilitating.
But you're right. But so you think they're not gonna do that? You think the coach is gonna say, "Hey, KD,
are you questioning KD's passing? Then
I'm just saying his impact on the game without having to. Without having to have the ball in his hand, physically have the ball in his hand. So, for example,
you can watch every Brooklyn Nets game right now, man. You can watch every Brooklyn Nets
game
because I don't know what you're talking about.
We can compare. So let's just compare it to we know James Harden. If the ball ain't in his hands,
he's not moving.
He's not impactful at all. At one point in time, when Carmelo Anthony was in the Knicks, when he didn't have the ball in his hand, he wasn't doing nothing. When he did have the ball in his
obvious
hand, everyone stopped because that's just correct. So I'm just that's with and it's not really with Kevin so much as it is with Kyrie. And I know Kyrie can play defense. We know he picks his time when he wants to play defense too. He's a little more
selective.
Yeah. So I just.
Kyrie more
I see what you're saying with Kyrie, but I feel like with KD is where the ball stops. It's not where it starts.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. We'll see. We've seen it blow up before with Westbrook and Kevin Durant. So.
Yeah, and it was
yeah. But even in that situation, that's a great example. In that situation, Westbrook was ball dominant. Like he's the one that needed the ball.
Yeah.
And the same thing, KD was like, that's where the ball ends up. It's not like you bring it up court, give it to KD, and we look at him for 10 minutes. It's like you see what could happen. You see, like, okay, I like the position and where KD is. I feel confident he can make something happen with the person guarding him.
Yeah,
and he's gonna.
He's efficient. He's efficient. He don't waste time. He don't be dribbling the ball like over dribbling to me like what Harden be do. Dribble. Step back, dribble. Like, come on, dude. Do something. It's like nah. He don't waste time with the ball.
That's why I feel like we talked about can they do it, and we've seen in situations with KD and Westbrook, it ultimately didn't work out, but it was a dynamic duo, and it was a really good duo. I feel like you could see glimpses of that with these two. We'll see.
Okay. And we haven't seen Westbrook worked out yet that well in general as any duo. So yeah,
exactly. That's another point too.
Let's not put it on any individual he's had.
No. I'm definitely not saying one is at fault or one
bringing up that comparison. What are you bringing up that comparison? Do you think that Kyrie maybe has a better control of the pace of the game? Because Westbrook, I feel like is either full speed or the play's not really happening. Where Kyrie can kind of slow it down. He can speed it up. He can play on both.
Yeah, he's a manifestation of E equals MC squared. Like this dude is just nothing but energy. It's all day. So I do think Kyrie is a lot more I was gonna say artistic, but he's a lot more fluid. It's a lot more of a fluid game. He's not going to go as hard as he can. He's just going to shake it up a little bit, let that jello move a little bit till it wiggles off the plate. You know what I'm saying? So
Zen on the court.
Yeah. I think he's gonna try and break his defender down, and if he feels like the situation doesn't look right, he'll find the right person.
But this is my concern. They start losing. You think they're gonna look at each other and be like, "Hey man, like why you shooting so much? Let me get the ball."
But
you don't think
that's them though.
I feel like KD is too passive though. I don't think he's gonna do that.
We say that, but we saw so just like I said about what happened at OKC, we saw it again at Golden State. This had the whole like we don't need.
But what happened at OKC? Did they have a blow up on the court? Did they have a blow up in the locker room?
They had a blow up on the court. I forget the details. It was I don't think it was during the playoffs, but it was like late in the season, and after the timeout or something, you kind of saw Westbrook and Kevin Durant kind of going at it, and then when they was asked about it, it was like, oh, it's nothing, blah blah blah. They kind of really tried to throw it, dismiss it, and so it was a news story at the time. I don't have it on hand because I can't remember exactly what happened, but yeah, we've seen Kevin Durant kind of get frustrated before.
Well, my hope is that I don't recall it either.
Yeah.
I was gonna say my hope is that they already did it. Hopefully they won't repeat that, because as you grow in the field, in the industry, in your whatever you choose to be a professional at, you grow, right? Like I would hope that you realize
because
that they didn't.
What I do recall is I remember when Draymond came on him and they had that blow up, and I feel like that's just not a frequency that Kevin Durant operates at.
True.
And that's why I say I don't think that little stuff that Kyrie says and does, it's annoying. I feel like that might be more of the frequency that KD can operate. You might say something dumb, but you can get past that. But coming at me and you need to do this, like coming at him explosive the way that Draymond's explosive, the way that Westbrook's explosive, I don't think that's the frequency that KD's on. So I think they can manage a disagreement. I just think the way that they communicate gotta be in a certain way that KD can rock with, and KD is not really gonna blow up on anybody.
Yeah, the blow up isn't the problem. It's the passive aggressiveness. Like, it's Kyrie being more like he would just say something to the media or whatever. Or he may tweet something, and then people are gonna start, regardless if it's true or not, people are gonna start to insinuate what he's talking about, try to decipher what he's talking about. If he says something that's a little bit, what does that mean? What is he talking about? He's talking about KD.
Yeah, I feel like they're friends, and I feel like they can navigate that a little bit better.
Yeah,
like when you're saying something like, if you're saying something stupid, they can have a conversation. When you're saying something intentionally disrespectful, even if it's not explosive, like Kendrick Perkins, if he's just really trying to if he's really trying to directly get at KD, then they'll probably have something to worry about. I think Go ahead. I think dumb comments, I think they can get past that.
Yeah. So I'm definitely looking at it like a half glass empty. I'm a little bit worried. I'm worried that the dynamite's gonna go off or the powder keg is gonna explode. And you guys looking at it, it's like, hey man, we can make some good firepower with this powder in this keg.
I'm just waiting to see, man. I'm waiting to see.
I'm waiting to see. You're not wrong to have that view, especially with Kyrie coming out of the last few situations and the way people have been looking at him. You're not wrong to be like, all right, let's see what the next thing's gonna be like. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. I feel like they could, the way they operate, it seems similar. It seems like they can get along.
Yeah, it seems similar. It seems like the wavelength and the frequency that they're on is definitely similar. Kind of chill, cool vibes.
Even the comment about, we all head coaches, and then KD's like, yeah, we all head coaches. Like other people that might have been like, I don't know what he's talking about. Like it seems like they just could, things that other people couldn't get past, they could probably get past.
So you telling me if he go in the middle of the season and say, hey man, we need like a few more pieces, Kevin Durant gonna be like, yeah, we need a few more pieces.
I can see that. The funny thing is, you saying that, I can see him like, yeah, I definitely see what Kyrie's seeing, bro. We gonna make it work.
Not necessarily.
If you talking about worried about problems, we can move on after this. It would be that if that burner account. That's what the problem might be if that burner account gets busy.
Hey, Twitter fingers slide.
I don't know what's up with these guys in that. Anyway. We can move on.
Yeah, man, let's move on.
All right, the next thing we're going to do is talk about our takes on Houston Rockets. What do you guys think? They got a new rookie coach. They got some new players. Harden seems like he's mentally checked out. Where are we going with this? Who wants to kick this one off?
Okay, what you got to say, Rain, man? All right, I was gonna hear what you got laid out. Because honestly, man, I've been a Harden talent-wise fan for a while, but I've never really been like a Harden. I don't know what to say, man. Like an overall player, the way he's not really leading his team. So the fact that he's checked out right now and the way he went about it. We talked a little bit about that. I'm not feeling it, but from the rookie coach standpoint, I don't know this guy, and I have no idea how he's gonna do it with what pieces he has. But I'm excited for a new look for John Wall. I think he's been stale over there in Wizards for a while now. Maybe that might shake things up. We got Cousins out there trying to get back into the flow of things. I don't think he's gonna do much this year, unfortunately.
I kind of feel bad for the rookie coach too, just inheriting the situation and having to navigate a superstar that's not checked in. Because you might personalize that and feel like a little disrespected and slighted. Like, yo, it's not gonna show up.
Yeah, man. Like it's been weird. It's been strange.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna do much just yet. But I don't know where Harden's gonna go. I have no idea where he's gonna go. He's not going to the Brooklyn Nets. I don't think that's happening. That super team vision he had. And every day I feel like it's opening up more and more to new teams. Like I don't know if there's been a report exactly, but
I don't think that Miami Heat thing is gonna work out either.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not gonna make it to the playoffs. I'm sorry. It's not. Look, it's not John Wall's fault. I think John Wall's gonna actually excel there. It's a new look. Just kind of a breath of fresh air. He got Boogie again on his little comeback season, trying to make a name for himself again, trying to get back to that max deal he'll never reach.
Come on, man. Why you being so down, man? Why he never reached?
The dude is 31 and he has 2 major
But Thing
injuries.
did it. Thing did it. Who just got the major cut? Whiteside. Whiteside went from a max to min. But he went from a min to the max and then back to min.
That's the thing, though. But that's
20s.
But that's what the
he was in the 20s, 29.
But to Chris's point though, it's I think the trajectory that Boogie Cousins' career came and the setbacks he had with the injuries, I think it's gonna be really hard to go from where he's at now with his age and the injuries that he's suffered, because they were major injuries.
Those major injuries.
I think it's hard to get to a max now. I feel like his time for a max was when he was over there in Sacramento, kind of just wilding out, being a little
that was way back.
aggressive and whatnot. Not aggressive, but just being like sour all the time.
Temperamental,
yeah. I think that was the time to really, just focus in and get the bag. And now I feel like that just kind of eluded him. This is just what it's gonna be for him.
Yeah.
I think he could get let me not say this, because right now he's on the minimum.
He's probably on the minimum. I don't know his contract.
I don't want to say this is gonna be for him. I could see him having like a little resurgence, a little mini boom, like what Dwight Howard just had or something like that. But I don't see him getting back to max contract status.
Yeah, Houston. They're not going anywhere. And it's not that they won't have a respectable season. They may actually have a 500 season, but it's 500 season in the West. So you still have the Spurs.
Gonna be a rebuild?
Huh?
You think it's just gonna be a rebuild situation?
I don't know if it's gonna be a rebuild per se. I think they're gonna try to actually push for it. But I just think that because the West is so stacked, like we got Phoenix, who just got a little bit more better. We got the Spurs, who never go away. We have all these people knocking at the door for the eighth seed. So
if you're giving up Harden, you're not getting Harden back. So
No.
You're not getting something Harden equivalent back. So it's really just gonna go down from there.
Yeah. But it could be like Boston Celtics, man. They lost Isaiah Thomas and they lost Kyrie Irving, and they got better without them. I don't know.
I'm just gonna say, maybe we don't need another Harden. I just
can't see that squad they have just gelling together and just playing. Like, even if they play great team basketball, I just don't think they have the talent.
Yeah.
Do we see championship aspirations for Harden still?
I think he sees it for himself. That's the reason why he wants to move, right?
Yeah.
But he also wants to get paid.
See, he wants it all. He can't have it all.
I don't know what you want, man.
You can't be the guy.
Yeah.
You can't be the guy and also get the championship. We've seen it happen. You squandered it away. You're 31 years old. Right.
Well, it sounds like he wants to win the championship without having to be the guy, kind of. Like, he's not expressly stating that, but to be like, I want to be on a contender rather than I'm going to go to another team and then make it happen. Y'all make it work around me.
So this is what I mean by being the guy. You get all that max money.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to get max money anymore.
Oof.
By the time his contract is up, he's going to be 33.
Damn.
So you don't think I'm giving another he's going to get another max contract at 33?
Probably not.
Damn.
But he ain't
gonna get no better.
Yeah.
So
do y'all think this is the best basketball we're gonna see from Harden? Is this Rockets run?
It won't be the best, but I think he's gonna have to adjust his game or his role and position on the team. So if he knows how to do that successfully, he's gonna be like a Carmelo right now, or like a Vince Carter. He could be a Vince Carter. You know
Come on, man. Come on.
He can't though.
He can.
I think you put it. I think you used the right example right there. I think at this point it's gotten away from him. Whether he wants to make the change or not, the perception is that he doesn't want to make that change. Which was Melo was saying, I would have did it if people, which I don't think is 100% true. I feel like he didn't want to come off the bench, but he's like, well, I was taking the front, but I would have tried to do something. And we saw, what is he in Trailblazers now? He
got resigned. He got picked back up.
Yeah, but it went on for so long to it's like he's nowhere near the peak of his career.
Correct.
True.
Like if he would have did that earlier in his career, then who knows what could have happened.
You're right.
And Harden has an opportunity to do that.
So
but I feel like he's just gonna go through that period that Carmelo went through, where he just wants to get paid. He doesn't want to change his basketball role play, and it's not gonna be until he looks up and it's too late before he makes that change. That's just how I see it. At this point, can you stay put?
Yeah,
he can. Yeah, it's just the beginning. The season hasn't even started yet.
Can you walk that back though?
Huh?
Yeah,
can you walk that back?
Yeah, you can walk that back. Yeah, it hasn't started yet. People get into their moods, and we don't know what he was going through. So, if he show up and start showing out and start getting serious about things and just be that leader that the Rockets need,
I think if he did that, I don't know if he'll get a max contract again, but I think he can get a lucrative contract if he just stays in Houston, continue to put out the kind of basketball he's been putting out. I think he can be on testing the free agent market. Like he might even find himself, if he wanted to go to the Heat, if he wanted to go to the Bucks in free agency, I think it'll make a lot more sense.
Yeah, me too. I agree.
Yeah.
So, all right, man.
I think that's all we have, man. You guys want to close this out? Is there anything I wanted to talk about besides that?
Hey, man, go Grizzlies.
All right, you getting the jersey? Are you getting the city jersey?
The city jersey, yes, man. It's on back order.
Is it really? People just
for you? It's like, I don't understand.
People just rushing for the Grizzlies jerseys. That's what's happening. I mean, they fire, but
limited supply. We're in a pandemic, man. So manufacturers just ain't as at full capacity like it was before. So it'll come. Y'all will see it.
Okay, right, we're gonna see the jerseys on you. Like, what does that mean? We'll see it. Like, I'm gonna let you go. Because you're giving a lot of real slippery answers. We just gonna close this out. Do y'all got anything I want to say to the people?
Go ahead, Kev. I'll let you go.
I appreciate y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let us know what we could do better. We're trying out here. Yep, that's it.
Yeah, man. Thanks for sticking it through with us. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, share it all over the world. It'll definitely help us out, man. Help us grow and everything. So we'll make this a full-time gig. That y'all can get us every day, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, man.
Get sick of us.
Other than that, man, excited to see the NBA season start in December 22nd. Yeah, man.
Beautiful time.
Yeah.
And we off, so we chilling, watching games hard.
We gonna be watching the games for real. So. Thanks everybody for watching. Like they said, comment, subscribe, engage with us. Let us know what you think, how you feel about what we've been putting out, what you might want to see from us in the future. Just want to wish everybody happy holidays. Stay safe out there. Just hold on, man. We'll be all right.
Yep.
All right, guys. Till next time. Later.
All right, peace.